Hi everyone, ready to work on some reading? Today we're going to go back and work on another vocabulary skill. It's the one we've done before called context clues. We're going to work on how to figure out some tricky words when we're reading. All right, so here we are going to focus on context clues and synonyms. So our directions say to read each sentence and look for context clues to help you determine the meaning of the bolded word. We're going to highlight the context clues you used and then circle the correct synonym of the bolded word. So remember, context clues are when we read a sentence and we look maybe in front of that tricky word or we look behind it and we see if there's anything that will help us figure out what that tricky word means. And synonyms might even be in the sentence or in our head to help us figure it out. So let's do this first one together. The thin, that's a tough word. Something folder was easily bent in the student's backpack. Okay, let me read that again. I remember the hint that if we're stuck, we should read it again. The thin, not sure, folder was easily bent. Okay, I'm visualizing that in the student's backpack. So clues that I see in here are easily bent. I'm visualizing that, and I'm thinking of a thin folder. So I see some clues. And when I think about that, and I look at my choices, even though I don't know this word, I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm going to think of my clues and think of a synonym that would fit in that blank. A thin, bendable folder was easily bent. Oh, I think that's it, but let's read all of our choices. The thin, rough folder, that does not make sense. The thin, solid folder was easily bent. Solid things are really hard to bend. Or the thin, hard folder was easily bent. Nope, I don't think something that's hard can be bent easily. So even though I am not sure what that word means, I know the author is trying to tell me that it was bendable. And friends, that word is pliable. That's a tough word for second grade. But even though I couldn't read that word, I knew what it meant. I could think of a synonym to help me. Let's go to the next one. My best friend and I have been companions ever since we met in kindergarten. Now that one I could read right away because I saw clues. I saw clues of best friend, ever since kindergarten. And I know that when you have a friend, it can be called a pal, a companion. So I know right away this one was a little easier. It was a friend. It even gave me the clue right here in the beginning. So I found a clue in the front of that tricky word. So companions, pal, friends, those are all synonyms, words that mean the same. Let's go to the last one. The teacher had to, another tricky word, or clean the classroom after a lot of students were sick. Oh, I'm making a personal connection right now. And I like how the author put these little parentheses or these commas here and said, or clean. I think the author's giving me a clue of a synonym. The teacher had to clean the classroom after a lot of students were sick. I think we're sick is a good clue also. So let's look for our synonym down here. What's a synonym for this bold text word? Sterilize. That's a tough word, but the author already told us what it means right here behind it. So I know it means clean. And if I put that inside of the sentence, the teacher had to clean the classroom after a lot of students were sick, it makes sense. The teacher had to dirty the classroom after, oh, that does not make sense. So I can check my other choices, but I like how this one gave me the synonym right in the sentence. That happens sometimes. Authors will give you that hint, that clue. So when you're reading today and you get to a tricky word, make sure you look in front of your tricky word, behind your tricky word for clues. Remember, don't stop when you get stuck. When I got stuck, I just kept on reading, and I found some clues to help me understand what that word meant. Thanks for working hard with me today.